Hello, my name is editio. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. In the previous session, we wrapped up a preliminary investigation into the murder at Hazakura Temple, and we cross-examined Sister Bikini, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple, and we were had a shorter session because I started late and because we are dealing with our next witness, which, well, is a very familiar person. That's where and I'll pick up where we last left off. February 9th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? Last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Ashworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well. The second thing then. At that night, the temple's snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Iris, I can't tell you about that yet. Not until our safety is confirmed. Her? The safety of the acolyte. Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Dot. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill at least 2 Exum? No matter who or what may come, I can never take a life.
And his name is John Cena!
Also John Cena. Terrible. Oh, as I thought, no Cyclops. Very well. It's my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. February 9th, 11:36 a.m. District Court, Court number 7. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketched when he was detained? Drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. Can I also resume out? Anyway, it's time to write this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. With a reach to Exum, I hope you're ready. Get in here. Seeing I whip is gonna see plenty more use today. Yeah, the Butz. There has to be a Butz in there, right? Ouch. sketches and contempt of this court. Hey, I was just ow. Try to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm down here because of the city. Down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use a technical term for the color, a viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Huh, it's all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume you wanted to say field work, I hope. And that's it. Thanks, buddy. Kinda sad that I was able to understand his mega train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red.
Ooh.
Ooh, or to use a technical term, Crimson Lake. Yeah, deserved. It's a bit pathetic blabbing, testify like a man. Friend with me, Miss Wakama. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, this was all your fault. Testify now. It's too much for me.
Emotional damage.
There will always be emotional damage when the Butz is involved, apparently. What I saw. It was how I launched in the mountains looking up in the stars at night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge at night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. There's a nobody. Nothing but a small, ruthless man, aren't I? Well, I wasn't asked for name or occupation or anything else. Mr. Antwerp, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. Well, he's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he's been to other people. Yeah, that's right, I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then.
Hey, yo.
Hey yo, I mean, let us proceed with the cross-examination with no touching, thank you. Down to other details at a later time. Remind me again, what do I have that's recent? Report, courtroom, the tracks from last session, okay. That is a very long straight gravel. Oh, when in doubt, press. What? Variance of matter, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, this one single statement is just so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may say my whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing at night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars.
I'm in danger.
That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See, you can do it if you try. There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. A number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means spent almost 2 hours at Heavily Hall that night. You bet. Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Let me say. It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that's simply a product of Owl. You huffy puffy loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering whining wuss of a witness. So, what did you see? Well, what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy puffy loosey goosey excuse for whimpering whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see. Man, being called those names didn't seem to bother him at all. Larry really didn't see it? Hey, as you hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. ... Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If we truly have nothing to hide, why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up. What is this? I don't know, don't ask me. Seems I need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm gonna try to blow it up finally gets him to spill the beans.
What? No! What's happening? No! This isn't right! This isn't right!
You didn't meet anyone? That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Pervertian paint, okay? I expect to see those crimson lake faces now. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. He's like he's gonna claim to have nothing to do with this up to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. Need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. Okay. The question is, where the heck is my contradiction at? Because he's so full of holes. Technically yes, but technically no. I mean, technically it was also showing that too. It'll be something that's really pointless, and yet it has to be the answer. No. The only thing you missed, Raul, between last session and this session is we have this picture now. Which isn't our answer, surprisingly. Or is it? No, it's not. Of someone that has taken a snowmobile. And apparently only Iris has a key to it, so there's a lot of suspicious activity. Maybe it's far back? No. weather report. Oh, what's the info on it? It snowed until 10:50. Lightning struck, and apparently lightning struck a Dusky Bridge. I think this is probably a contradiction now, if I were to guess. Nope, there was not. And I'm pretty sure a witness that could testify to that is the Butz. I presented the weather report at this point, right? I did. Without a launch in the mountains, look at the stars. What's the rich number of times? Actually, no, wouldn't this be an objection to Wright? Yeah, there we go. Objection. Larry Butz. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic and you've caused all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry, but we realize just how much of a nuisance you've been. That could be considered a step in the right direction. Angie, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me, based on how that goat was screaming at you. However, can I forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create? You totally pinned this on me. Now then, let's talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. With that, he headed to the public phone by the bridge. There he happened upon a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butz. That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. Doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you're made pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality would not change. But what do you want me to do then? And Larry, what you need to do is change your inner self, but for now, what you saw that night. Testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Angie, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. Anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again as witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? What I saw, part 2. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been around 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went out right away to check it out. That's when I ran to Nick. Certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught fire? It caught on fire. It was like me after a 3D stint of chasing 3D stint chasing a girl. Totally burnt out, like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Don't worry, it's nothing like branding. He just caught a cold. I never know if that meant if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Ezra, please commence your cross-examination. Yeah, bridge was struck by lightning. Phoenix tried to cross it to get to by it, and while the bridge snapped and yeah, he plunged to freezing water. And it's cold.
Hold it!
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Did I even ask? I set the meeting time at 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait. And I thought she might come early too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they were never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Shut up, don't go picking my fond memories apart. You were waiting for Iris. Oh, you were probably waiting in the cold too. Anyway, I was getting a little worried. Thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her.
Hold it!
This light was, of course, lightning, like kapow. Like a snap from Naomi, honestly, a big bada boom. Or a little like that. It's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Hold it!
Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was running up as well, from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. Sure, I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness.
Hold it!
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and the bridge caught on fire? Maybe around 5 minutes. I mean, I sound like that. Gotta go check this out. Where is this small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on. Well, it pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfire kids make during school camping trips can compare. Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. A reason? My reason? It isn't that I didn't try to tell you, but I just didn't have to. Okay. Window. So anyway, went right away to check it out. He claimed to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright. Yeah. I thought I'd better tell someone about this. Then Nick came up yelling about murder. It told me to forget about the bridge. I was pretty much out by them anyway. This feeling. So I only have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less. They told me about the burning bridge yesterday. But there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Was this what changed? No. No, the other part. Why? The other part I did check on. So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge? Does this mean he initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold and I really want to go out there. Well, if that's the case, why did you change your mind? I'd like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give a testament to that effect, witness. Reasoning? Okay, reasoning is it? I thought I'd never get another chance to see something so big burning. Okay. So you decided to go and see what was happening? That's right, we're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven. That's something you see every day. Real speckle... Like, really special? They trust a witness who's unable to pronounce spectacle. I see the love hate this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit life back as hard as I can. I'll give you a few hits too if you like, with my whip. Right. Okay. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Okay. So the bridge was on fire all the way until 11:15 p.m. I'm assuming the weather report, right? No, not at that point. Hmm.
Objection!
No. I think maybe the other. I'm able to change the last part. Maybe it shouldn't be that portion.
Hold it! Objection!
No, there's something I'm missing.
Objection!
No, I'm just being that intense, I guess. Objection. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. Hey, Aji. Make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. Didn't realize that the abilities that feel you fall on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with them? I'm terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is that correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You'd say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his following act. That's impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. And thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Excuse me, I have an objection? You do? Angie, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Larry Stewart. Ow! It is not proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. Sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. But there's still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It's clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. And therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had burned down, or died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. It suggests he stopped hiding things and just tells the whole truth. And now then, what happened during those missing 15 minutes? I feel like I've been brutally woken up by a total flashback. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me. Order, order, order. Ow. So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there's a phone right next to it. Why did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge burned out, he was still there.
I'm in danger.
Firebus is always in danger. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. He was in shock. Yeah, totally. This is Larry we're talking about, and he isn't capable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Freak out. And say it. Very well, I have a terribly bad feeling about this somehow. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. And now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? The missing 15 minutes. I'm a 2XM. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe I was feeling, I transferred all directly into the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, then he came running. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Leading the truth, but it's from the sounds of it. Mr. Edrev has his removed the last year doubts. Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? It's a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So, why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I tend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Edgy. Tell us, Larry. My name is Larice. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Just who exactly are you? I'm Larice Maxim, apprentice extraordinaire. Oh, that's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist. The real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself. It needs to be nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? Very big issue indeed. Sketching the burning bridge. You're a rebel to viewer background. Extraordinaire, in fact. Complete with pushing all the buttons. The burning bridge and everything that came of it. And Nani came with it. You want to hear this to my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. A secret out. Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. I think tells me I'm gonna regret saying yes, but I'm still gonna have to say yes regardless, probably. Got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what's depicted there. The question is, sir, do I believe the smell that's behind the look at the sketch? Fine, how bad is it? Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Well, even I could have imagined it turned out like this. Imagine what? That Larissa's do accidents too big would take place here, today, like this. Show it now. Okay, but seal yourselves. This is the road of Laris to Exum. Ah. Well. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Montcarma? Yes, well... It's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is gonna get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object? Larry? Nani? A burning bridge is fine, but it's an unfortunate looking figure. You spotted that? I thought you might. However much I want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd better take care of herself. We had to plan for our future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Larry, please just answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Larry has forgotten a number of things, including stuff that he did during his last job as a security guard, apparently. Are you claiming to have seen a silhouette of the defendant lying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Are you... I didn't expect the text like that. Are you high? That girl, she's really high up there in that picture. What was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, a court of law would ever acknowledge people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. It has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. get back to the cross-examination by force if necessary? Mr. Ashford, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Great, looks like I've got another reason to remember this we're on. Well, what do you think of my debut piece? Get away from me. Horrible sketch of what he saw tonight at the crime. Now, hurry up and cross-examine him. Saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. Just where did you see this sight from? Hey, no need to shout. I was lying in bed on a burned down shack. The crack of the lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while there, thinking how nicely it was burning. Then after about 5 minutes I saw it. The defendant flying. That's right. That's why I decided to go to the bridge. I see that all makes sense. Aside from the sketch itself. Yes, the sketch doesn't make any sense. And I seem to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous. Oh, the hood is white, so it technically checks out. You transfer everything directly onto the page. That's a sketch here. Sensational, isn't it? Or should that be scandalous? It puts my mind at ease anyway. It did. That's right, the reason you come to me, even though I waited for her, was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous desperate flight in order to reach me? That's gotta be it. Alright, go me. Nice out. Continue, please. You forgot the passage of time to that extent, did you? Well, once I got caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else. And that's true, he's always been that way. I guess he's not lying about that, at least. Phoenix Wright appeared on the scene sometime after 11:15. If he was drawing it up until then, that dispels all doubts. Signs from doubts of his humanity, eh? Right, there's a great clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. Testimony does nothing less than mock the court. I'm sure there's a vital kernel of truth hidden in its summer. And now. Unless it is this. Yeah, it is. Objection. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, it's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that is the truth. If that's truly the case, then there's one thing we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. The foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolish, foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make the claim? Tell us, Larry, according to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? course she was. That rundown shack is quite a view from the bridge. Well, quite away from the bridge, in fact. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. It seems there are bigger fools in the world than the one that defends this bench. Larry, that's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Bright as a gift. Are you gonna change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? What are you talking about? I think you understood what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? Naughty? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Of course, you know, Larry, the Butz being the Butz. I do believe that this unbelievable mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited, and discarded straight into the garbage. Ow. What is it now, witness? It feels like waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Angie, today's a day to completely stupefy you. What? What's the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burned bridge. And I, Larice de Wexham, shall prove it. Didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as suspected in the sketch. Show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I want to feed you a whooping serving of pain. Honey, it's serving as a whooping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. Proof that Iris flew. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal spear half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris is simply wearing a spare head. After all, no one could have lost a crystal spear that night. I know. It hurts trying to connect the dots that Larry keeps on dropping, but that spear part seems important to me. A crystal spear? This one, pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers. That spear, where did you find it? I see, around here somewhere. It looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow. It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal spear. It's fine, okay. I want it back afterward. There's something on it. ... question mark. Oh my, it's blood. Nani, blood. The crystal spear. It's found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge the night of the crime. It has blood on it. You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Larice de Wexham only a few minutes ago? I have something better than DNA, although that would also be pretty helpful. Yeah, I don't think I need a press. I think I have exactly what I need without having to press. Not that picture. Objection. Also, for record, since I need this like immediately, that's the picture. Note the purple spear. I distinctly remember it because the stick we had no longer had the slightly magical orb on it. Larry. That night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal spear. There was? Who was this idiot? Stupid idiot. Miss Elise Duexum, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar looking crystal spear. Hey. That's my photograph. Give it back. Crystal spear like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. Look nothing alike. In any case, take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. The crystal spear is gone. Lots of noddies and whats. Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across a bridge at night, it certainly was not Iris, after all. She was not wearing her hood, and more importantly, the crystal spear found at the landing site was not hers either. I mean, the one who flew and dropped the spear was the victim, Miss Elise Duexum. We go alongside another fool on a fool's errand and reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call scribbles, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it's rejected. Can't do that with my own eyes. And this crystal spear, something more than a red herring. I honestly believe that. Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Pals Edgeworth. At least Duexum was in a room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this spear cannot be related to the case. That's all. Objection. Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept the explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. What are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal spear was found near the bridge on the night of the murder. Yet you expect us to believe that has nothing to do with the case? A crystal spear was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There is blood on the crystal spear, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. Nani? You mean I'm the killer? All joking aside, just when did this crystal spear appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe it's related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that at least Duexum left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal spear We prove it had been dropped before the victim is killed. In this case, it's going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Ashworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal spear. If it's not related to the case, then it's witness who you called, but nothing more than an embodiment to a waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Viles Edgeworth. Come on, make this chronically saving. Can I prove it? Can I prove the crystal spear was dropped before the murder took place? Yes? Question mark. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. It's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal spear is a valid link to solving this case. You'll do what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he's cornered. That should come as no surprise. Because right now I am Phoenix Wright and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Ashworth. Evidence that proves the crystal spear was indeed dropped before the murder. The staff? That wasn't it, was it? Yeah, I'm familiar with that saying. Time of the murder when the crystal spear was dropped. If I prove the latter happened first. I won't reload if I mess this up because I need my life bar to not be one accident from a guilty verdict. The autopsy report? No, okay, I'm low then. My reasoning was that she dropped the spear when she got stabbed or when her body was thrown, but that wasn't it. I'll prove the crystal spear is valid. The sword. No. Okay, not the staff, not the sword. The tracks, maybe? Mm-hmm.
Take that!
What did I eat out of curiosity? There was the crime filler, right? Yeah. Also, take that. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? Right, if it had stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing. Even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Oh. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Order, order, order. On the night of the murder, the victim didn't go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the Snap's crystal sphere to come loose. What could that have been? This sphere, there's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The cradle crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
Objection!
The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard? Only how foolish it's just such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is a fool, and which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? We've been paying attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth. The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Objection. That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon be removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of blade insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood will be lost from a body, that'd be when the blade's removed. That statement is the truth. Dusky Bridge could very well be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed. Thus there was no bleeding.
Objection!
You're forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. At least X's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? Made it this far, the only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove my version of events is also perfectly plausible. I don't have an idea, but I'm just have to wing it, I guess. The method. It'd have to be the tracks in, right? Take that. On that snowy night, there is one way that the body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used at night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it also could have been used to carry a body. Order, ow! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Francisca von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We've shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim at least 2x really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Since a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. Objection. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that would hurt a girl with whom he's so enamored with. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm at this point. Angie, thank you. That settles it then. Can I give a verdict under these circumstances? Right. I seem to fulfill my part in this. It is just as I thought. Francisco von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it on to Wright. Really? What's this all about? You could have just told me from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Frenzy. Ow. Miles Edgeworth. I don't care about what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. Finally a chance since I slipped you by. But how? This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You're an affront to all the legal system stands for. I demand satisfaction. And now the Butz is dead. I cannot believe the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for questions it raises. Have his words here today been truths or lies? The next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I'm counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, Wright. Court is now adjourned. To be continued in a few seconds. Definitely not the twist I was expecting. Also, my mouth very, very dry. February 9th, 3:43 a.m. Audi Clinic Intensive Care Unit. Why does that second part sound familiar to me? Still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Faith, had ever handled in a court of law. The horrifying truth I refuse to accept is told me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I've read, I don't want to believe. What's written here, this isn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the road and back. I felt dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head's on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know he'll be able to help me with him somehow. February 9th, 2:43 p.m., Dusky Bridge. Right. Are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? Still look a little greener in the face. Or maybe meridian in artist speak. Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit. How's your temperature now? Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. Ah, great. And we're coughing. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Right. In the end, Shido did not deliver the deadly blow, which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. Your sword, huh? Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll take up the murder with myself, or I'll eat my coat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. It's probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. Something I want to look into. That is our client's background, naturally. You mean Iris, sir? I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation one way or the other. And since I probably won't be getting that from you... Sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, right. Take care. Guess I should get going too. Why? Do you need to be somewhere? Yeah, I've gotta get to the work. I gotta get to work on this bridge, pal. I've rigged something else so we can get across to the other side. That's right, Maya's still stuck at the inner temple. Don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know. Thank you, Gumshoe. Off. No problem, pal. Just try to give me that coffee of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off. Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out, I promise. But in the meantime, I've gotta continue collecting evidence. Okay. Well, that thing looks like it's about ready to collapse, at least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes. Reminds me. If I remember correctly, Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. Now it's really more of a dusty bridge than a dusky bridge. Kidnapping incident happened here 11 years ago, so maybe it's cursed too. Right, House of Cards Temple doesn't have a single private phone line. There aren't many houses in the area, so I guess Bikini is the only one who uses this. I really wish I had brought my cell phone with me. Looks like it's about 20 yards to the cliff over there. But I can't see the inner temple from here. Well, I hope Maya's okay. Narrow path that goes a different direction from the main hall. Alright, well I see nothing here, so let's go to the Heavenly Hall. And I guess we'll check out the temple proper again. Looks like no one's here. There, Larice? I would sure be hiding here. Guess I'll try again later. Alright. I guess temple proper it is then. Come on, please. It's for our sake, I swear. Alright, there's only one guy I know that could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here. Look, the heroine in my book will make you famous. Enough. Fools, fools, who foolishly accepts the foolishness of a fool's fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Me? Wait a sec, No, you're... Ow. Your reflexes of mine need to shape up. Brain's frying like a sunny side up, and you want me to grill me over a name? Fancy, you can't do that. Either we speak Nick's on the brink of death, or so I'm told. Dead horse, isn't that one of your American sayings? It's not, I'm not a brink of anything. Come on, Nick, tell her, would you? Tell her she's involved in my new picture book. No, Larry. Nope. Just no, I'm not even gonna finish that thought. Or you ask me to model, learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony. And before that, you have to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. Care if anyone says, I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew out telling you, whoosh, just like that dude with the red underwear. Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologize. Well, off he goes. Amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix Wright. Before I do that, I'd love to know what this thing was used for on the night of the crime. Still think it's small, I see, Phoenix Wright, or perhaps not at all. That's why you will never defeat me. Sorry to burst your bell, but I don't remember losing to you. It's time to settle this once and for all with one final showdown. As she mentally blocked all my victories out over her words. Looks like she mentally blocked out my victories over her from her memory. Alright, fine, let's talk then. Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right, extending my perfect win record naturally. Joey, sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met? And Francisco von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Francisca was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Her father was a legendary prosecutor, Manfred von Karma. Well, he had a perfect win record for 40 years, but now he's gone from this world. So tell me you still hold a grudge against me. Because of what happened to your father? Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me. This I promise. It will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Yeah, Crystal. In truth, I was shocked. Came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Edgeworth, come to think of it. Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case has a special significance to you. Because it does. That's precisely why I'm here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you to teensy-weensy pieces all the better. It's probably not a favor, but she's so openly hostile that it's almost kind of cute. No smirking. No whipping the sack. That foolish fool doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. That's rough. Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing and one thing only, to pulverize you. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some cold killer eggs, you know. Curiosity. Yeah. I was thinking I had a picture of Matt for fun conversation. It seems like I have a picture of Mia Fey like every single episode. Alright. Also, Miles, age 26, old friend, said to be number 1 at the DA's office. Studies foreign judicial systems now. And Francisca, age 19, legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma's daughter. Okay, so I got the whole relation to Manfred completely wrong, but that's Manfred's daughter. I was thinking granddaughter or like niece, but I was probably getting confused with the Cadeverinis and the niece to that mobster or something like that. I went over the whole case file on the flight over. You read the whole thing? Yes, every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things he did made a really interesting read, you know. Attempting to cross a burning bridge, did you even consider the dangers? Nope. The only thing in my mind was I had to get across. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks. Well, I'm so sorry you let me know once the bridge was repaired. Life's gotta be okay, just know it. Listening to ask about what really happened at the inner temple that night. Curiosity since you're here. About yourself, I guess? No. Okay. Never mind. Forget I asked. I was thinking she would have had something to say about the person I was training under Manfred, but guess not. Well, that was one long sigh. Sister Bikini. My, I didn't know you were here. How are you doing? You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise? Now that I think about it, There's an acolyte stuck at the inner temple. And that poor little girl's gone missing too. That little girl? Don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do. She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearls is missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? Oh yeah, I forgot that fact too. Or well, I probably remembered and forgot that fact because, well, long in between for the last 2 sessions. I must be getting old. I think I seriously lost faith with myself. You're talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar, I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body at night. I'm certain of it. At least I was until this morning. Well, this thing is Sagalok, so she must be telling the truth. So, why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know that artist who testified for me? Well, after me? Right. When I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on a witness stand. Well, I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist who like draws his trouble and nothing else. Well, if both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that could only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they thought they saw. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the inner temple, is that correct? That's right, I'm sure it was Iris. But Iris claims she was in a room in Hazakura Temple. I know I shouldn't have come back here that night. But because you did, Maya stuck all by herself at the inner temple. I'm so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter's especially bad. Bad, the trail looks like it's about to fall down any second. Eagle Mountain's always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. Earthquakes? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one that was the training hall. Gotta get Maya out of there fast. But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the inner temple. No one lives out there and it's surrounded by all sides by the river or the forest. I see. So a criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. As long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. That means Maya could be stuck out there with a murderer and there'd be no way of escape either. But dear, yeah, I suppose it does. I'm sure you get the bridge up faster. I'm curious about a few things if you don't mind answering some questions. Oh, do you need any of my measures from your investigation or something? No. I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise Exum. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size or her bust size for that matter. No, I wonder why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't there for spiritual training. I might make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mystic Elise was here to circle the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There he did it again, Sister Bikini. I noticed he always referred to Miss Exum as Mystic Elise. Oh. Yeah, now, why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. We address all our visitors, Mystic. It makes her experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know? Well, how do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? Oh, that's a lot of locks. It seems Miss Elise Exum was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's pearls. She was with Miss Exum on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all gotta be connected somehow. Why did pearls have to get mixed up in this mess? Yes, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together. My head's starting so bad it's killing me. Pearls, she was with Miss Exum on the night of murder, remember? Yeah, but I have a temple already now. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we finished eating dinner. The murder, it didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either. Alright, keep calm. There's one place left where pearls could be. She just has to be there. My gumshoe, tell me you'll be done with the repairs soon. Well, considering I have nothing new, I don't think I'm solving that psych lock anytime soon, so poke my head in here real quick. Well, this is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the sand, so maybe there are some clues that have yet to be found. The Shichi Ishido staring at Sakimi's right hand. But it was proven in court today that it wasn't a murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. It's to make some not so mystical staff. Definitely remember there being a crystal spear attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the spear near the foot of Dusky Bridge, but what's he doing all the way out there? So a few of these stone lanterns scattered around in this courtyard. About the city glare to compete with, I imagine it would seem a lot brighter. I guess Sister Bikini was like now since Iris can't be here. Main gate's on the other side of that stone wall. The elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep this hillside is. That's also the height the body fell from, according to the autopsy. Is it possible that Mr. Wixon was pushed from the top of the wall? I got quite a bit of snow up here on Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun, they're tools for getting around. The sled, that's gotta be from Bikini's own personal entertainment. The building up there is the main hall, it's where we're staying. It's kind of funny because it was built on a very steep slope. If you enter from the main gate side, these rooms above me are on the ground floor. Apparently Mr. Wexel was staying in the corner room. Guess that's where she was pushed from the night. Yeah, I don't see anything new here. What was that jarring and considered to be loud yell? So this is where you've been. Keep it nice and warm, I see. Detective, have you finished repairing? British? Yeah, I know. I told you I'd let you know. Well. Then I'll come along with you and... Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case. What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You're gonna get much more involved than me. Well, yeah, but that's what I have. Ow. It's been a while, Scruffy. It's... Miss Van... Ow. Sister, please leave the investigation to me. You certainly seem to have everything under control. I'm on your side. Won't do anything you don't want me to. As you work the pin of guilt in Iris. What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix Wright? Francisco Giancarlo will personally guide you to your investigation. So you will follow me. necessarily gonna follow me around, is she? Well, before Gumshoe got struck unconscious, he did tell us about the bridge, so safe. Oh, it looks safe to me. I do have some more time to work with, so let's cross. Things have certainly become a lot more hectic than before. It must have commenced with the investigation. Oh, Mr. Nick. Voice. Girls. Mr. Nick? Mr. Nick? So you were here ever since that night? I was so lonely I thought I was gonna die. When I woke up in the morning I saw that Dusky Bridge was gone. I realized I was all alone. She was all alone? It must have been very tiring for you, little girl. Oh, you're... I'm Francisco von Cromwell with a prodigy. There's no need to worry now that I'm here. You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Miss Maya last year. Well... I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your whip. Miss Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you were so mean. I'll never forgive you. Looks like Pearl's words are getting under her skin. Why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything. You didn't have to. The smile on your lips gave you away. Anyway, Pearls, weren't you with Maya? Oh. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. What are you talking about, Pearls? Miss Maya. Wait, Pearls? She just ran off. That was cruel, Phoenix Wright. To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable. Sal about Pearls acting off like that. It's giving me the creeps. Guess I better take a look around since I finally got a chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days ago. Look at all the Buddha statues lined up along the path. Phoenix Wright. Do you think this is how many siblings a head nun has? Why don't you ask her the next time we see her? You know what? I think I will. I'll stop you for prying into her private affairs. It felt strange having not Maya be our sidekick, but to be fair, I also was not expecting to take the perspective of Miles Jedward of all people, but here we are. Phoenix Wright. Wow, we stuck calling my full name like that. Was this once a prosperous port? Port? Yes, that metal hook's a mooring post for boating now. Oh, that's an anchor for one of the wires that's used for holding up the bridge. I think the wire that was tied to this one probably snapped when the bridge burned down. I mean, there's no way there was ever a port all the way up here. Look as smart with me, Phoenix Wright. But I didn't say anything. Well, you can see Dusky Bridge from here. It's unusually long, long bridge, isn't it? I would say it's about 20 yards. Guess the gorge is too wide to cross with a piece of rope or wire, huh? And therefore, no one's ever crossed the gorge in either direction since the night of the murder. A simple yet sound deduction, would you say, Phoenix Wright? A weird smell coming from that incinerator. The door's also open, almost like it's begging me to look inside. Well, let's see what stunning clues concealed in here, shall we? It's empty. How naive of you, Phoenix Wright. But it's a bit strange, don't you think, Francisco von Karma? I seem to remember. There was snow on this incinerator the first time I saw it. In other words, someone's been using to burn something recently. Listen, Phoenix Wright. It's imperative to call people by their full name. Well, I was only copying you. Right, and slide to the right. Oop. There we go. Sign says Inner Temple. I don't know how you're reading it, but it's incomprehensible to me. Well, actually, I can't read it either. Incomprehension is a very good habit to have, Phoenix Wright. Oh, she looks really happy to finally caught me on something. This must be the door that leads to the Inner Temple, where Maya Fey was training on the night of the murder. It has a solitary room called the training hall. You could do some training yourself, Phoenix Wright. You're completely out of shape. Don't know how much of this woman I could take. Okay, well, let's see anything else that's changed. Well, just roll time's sake, I guess. There's a little gate that leads into the garden. It says no entry on the sign now. Come now, Phoenix Wright. What are you doing? Let's go on in. It's half open anyway. What harm can come of it? But it says no entry. Don't you Americans enjoy doing whatever you like and then simply saying whatever? Got nothing to do with anything. Who told you that? Okay. What's wrong, and why are you so quiet? Maya, she was supposed to be in here training. Yet it appears she snored as we seen. What is that? That strange lock? It wasn't there 2 days ago. This whole room is giving off some strange vibes. This door. When I was here 2 days ago, that weird lock was not in. Those chains, it's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. I've never seen a lock quite like this before. Well, I have. I've seen locks and chains just like this before. It looked just like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a psych lock. What if this lock is guarding something too? Dark secrets in a dark cavern. It's an antique dresser. Don't you dare open it, Phoenix Wright. I know how Maya feels when I tell her not to touch things. What a pity. It's full of nothing but old closed-board acolytes. I thought we weren't opening it. I'm from the prosecutor's office. I can do anything. Right, I can do anything except send it to a 9-year-old girl. do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix Wright? It's a squirrel, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually... dot dot dot. A woman? I don't see any woman here. Different atmosphere in this room since last time I was here. No, it's not a different atmosphere, it's a different smell. It's gravy. What's the matter? This girl was being completely covered in gravy. Man, that is a very appetizing smell in the air. But gravy is a type of sauce. So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute, I see. No, no one does that. For starters, it stinks. This must be the gravy that we have with the roast on the night incident. But why would anyone do this? Or why the scroll? The scroll is now obscured by gravy, but it did have Misty Faye's image on it at one point. Okay, I guess the spinning roulette of people I did not expect to see continues. I thought even you magic get here faster than this, Mr. Trite. Prosecutor Goda? I didn't know you were here. Prosecutor? How come you didn't show up at the trial today? I can ask you the exact same question. Huh? But I had a cold, so... I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope of ever understanding. Enough. I believe I had the measure of you. You're the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial? Who's the wild marriage right? This is Miss Von Karma. She was the acting prosecutor in your absence today. Well, I guess I owe you one then. You can go now, Princess. It's time for the big boys to take the reins. Just who do you think you are? This case is mine. Hey, really? Let your roll and shut your mouth. Can't stand with ladies like you. I'm only gonna say this once, Lady von Wippenberg. Go home. Phoenix Wright. What are you hitting me for? You deserve more cracks at the whip than that, Trite. And Nani? You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you set yourself in motion that you'll never be able to undo. There's something different about Goda today. I'm getting such a strong sense of whatever from words. I'm getting such a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Is it anger or is it sorrow? Yeah, I am curious. You had some important business and that's why you were in court, huh? So, what was it? I told you once before, but perhaps you don't remember. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. You see, Trey, I've experienced something most have not. Death. You died? Of course, being extracted from hell is a tedious affair. Meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your internal organs is... Well, let's just say modern medicine allows us to all live to a reputable age. Even someone like me. So you mean that mask he wears? Is that a device? I promise not to fascist him with you, my unenlightened friend. About this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face. I didn't know. My eyesight's pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Still, I keep this worn out piece of junk of a body going with regular servicing. I'm sorry, but you say you experienced death? How was that possible? What happened? Why don't you ask him? Huh? Me? Yeah, try you. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended, and who ended it for me. Well, Phoenix Wright, do you? I don't know what he's talking about. Although, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I think I do know about how Goda was killed. It'll all become clear in due time. Isn't that right? Well, earlier you said I'd done something I can never undo. What do you mean by that exactly? The inner temple on this side of Dusky Bridge is an isolated island. Well, that's what Sister Bikini said too. I wondered, Trite. Do you know what the police are doing here today? What do you mean? They're searching. Searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing. Missing? As leader of the search party, I could tell you this with absolute certainty. Maya Faye is not on the side of Dusky Bridge. Nani? That's impossible. She came here that night and... I won't say it again. Chances of her being here are nil. Excluding, of course, one very unique place. Where's that? The Sacred Cavern, the entrance of which we're standing at right now. This is the only place that search parties yet to explore. So they haven't searched the cavern yet, huh? Be aware that the temperature inside frequently falls below freezing. Even if she were in there. As her being found alive or slim at best. No. Which means, right, that you sent my fate to her death. Fool. If that's the situation, why is she in there with a search party right now? You must have blinders on, my dear equestrian angel. Don't you see the big locket chains? It's a trick lock. Making preparations to open it as we speak. Well, try. Once again, a woman dies because of you. Once again? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've forgotten. It was only 2 years ago, after all. When the last unfortunate woman died because of you. Because of me? And do you know who that was? It was Maya Faye's sister. That's right, Mia Faye. Mia? You killed her. Oh, that's not how it was. It was 2 years ago. Mia Faye was pursuing someone, a man. She bit off more than she could chew. She made a very dangerous enemy. Yeah, that's one case I'll never forget. But I got the guy personally. Sure, Miss Faye's murder was caught. That won't bring her back. Well, no, but you were with her at the time, you and no one else. It was your responsibility. You should have protected her. You say Mia Faye was your teacher. Well, then I'd say you've learned nothing, Trite. You robbed her of her life, and now you've let her sister suffer the same fate. I haven't said Maya to death, no. What is this peculiar looking lock? Why don't you just break it open? Be a simple matter of... I'm afraid we can't do that. This area's always been prone to earthquakes. The previous tremors have weakened the foundations of the training hall. Any excessive force used to break the lock open would... Well, let's just say to enter the temple with the sacred cavern would be a thing of the past. Very well, I dare suggest Aubrey's solution of opening this with a key. Teh. Sure, just show me where the keyhole is on this trick lock. There's no keyhole? That's right. An interesting puzzle, huh? The person who set this lock is the only one who can open it. Then, who is it? Simple. The accused. Nani? Iris? When Akalana goes training inside the sacred cavern, the attending sister is responsible for locking the entrance. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. Maya Fey was a training here. Well, Sister Bikini did mention a number of times now I think about it. She said that Iris is left in charge of supervising the early stages of the training. So Iris the accused is the only one who can open this lock. I've arranged for her to be brought out here now. Iris is the only one who can open the lock? I hope she gets here soon. Just hang in there, Maya, we'll get you out. So, I should be getting back to work. Wait, Gadot? How sure about Maya are you? There's no doubt in my mind. She's in the sacred cavern somewhere. It's the only place she could be. You better start praying. You better pray that a friend of yours brings back the keys back here soon. Edgeworth? Listen up, Trade. There's only one thing I want to say to you before I go. I'll never accept you. Never. You should choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix Wright. That's what everyone says. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. I guess I'll just have to do what I can for now. Okay, before I go over time again. This is where I will have to cut things off for today. When we come back next time in Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations, we continue to explore it and hope that Maya is alive and not a frozen acolyte, I guess.